All right.
So Wheatley, Wheatley.
We open up on a fairly dark, barely moonlit night. The only light shining is from a 3/4 waxing moon in the sky. Um, we pan across a deep dark forest. All you can see is the silhouettes of all the trees and bushes until we come across two figures moving nearly silently through the leaves. Uh, One, a tall female figure, moving with swift silence, as the second figure, a much shorter, uh, darkly clad figure with a long tail, stumbles behind her, trying to catch up. He is the one with all the noise. She she slows as they reach the edge of the clearing, and the smaller figure comes up beside her, and we see the moonlight illuminate his face as we see his whiskers shine, with the moon, and his big dinner plate eyes, light up with big black pupils. Is it Sister Lucretia? Where are we? Without moving, she responds, "We're at your new home, child." But I want to go back to my home with my brother. He needs me now that Mother's gone. And this time, she turns and kneels down to him. And as she kneels, long strands of wavy red hair fall out of her dark hood, and she peers into his eyes with her deep, glowing emerald eyes, and she says, "Boy, your mother has served her purpose, as will your brother, and as must you. You are meant to lead a great army for our master. You must go into this city and make friends, follow their customs, learn their ways. This is the place where kings are born, son. And when the time is right, I will return, take you to the immortal city, where you'll be reunited with your brother to lead your armies against the foes of the great emperor. Do you understand?" And the small cat boy, he kind of whines a little bit and wipes a tear from his eye, and he nods. And we look back at her face as we fade back out, back towards darkness, leaving behind only her glowing emerald eyes. And we fade back in on a sunny morning in a dirty marketplace. A group of young boys stand crowded in an alleyway, screaming and taunting at somebody in front of them. Our camera pushes through the crowd as we come in on that same little boy from the night before, standing with blood running from his nose, and his claws out, fingers spread wide, as a large bully in front of him says, "Get out of here, freak, or I'll give you another beating." And the scared young cowboy, he reached out, he lunges toward the bully, and a nice deep scratch across his face. The bully, yelps in pain, but reaches out and grabs young Cthulhu by the neck and starts just pounding him in the face mercilessly. Cthulhu is reaching out and scratching, grabbing belly fat, and and ripping at the strong boy's muscles. And his vision starts to fade and the world starts to go black, when all of a sudden we hear whack, as a rock smacks up beside the bully's head, and he falls prone for a second and drops Cthulhu. We hear, what was his name? Frankie Muniz, you better run away right now, or I'll give you another one. And a young girl, can't be anything more than 8 to 9 years old, with long straight black hair and piercing blue eyes. She's actually played by an adolescent Jennifer Connelly. Think a little bit younger than the Labyrinth years. But yeah, she steps out, and stands over Cthulhu's, almost helpless form, and pulls back on another stone in her wrist-mounted slingshot as the other boys begin to scream and scatter, and the bloody bully on the ground jumps up and stumbles as he runs out. The girl turns to Cthulhu and reaches out her hand, and she says, "It looks like that one hurt. I can take you back to my mother's. She might feed you." And she reaches out, and Cthulhu takes her hand, and we fade back to black. And now we find ourselves, it's morning again. You guys have just been roused from your beds with Sheriff Hemlock's news, and Cthulhu wakes up in the horse shed with blood on his claws. He's still seeing the glowing emerald green eyes of the woman who left him in the lands of Lenorum Kings. As he makes his way into the bar, trying to push his bloody hands inside of his cloak. Cthulhu, I'd like you to roll a sleight of hand check, please. Ooh, 14. Anybody want to roll perception on that?
I'm gonna go and believe
All right.
Hey, you want to throw Musashi's piece on here?
Absolutely.
Because Krandak is still there.
Yeah, you know that Argus, he's still been sleeping out in the forest.
Don't fall.
Where is it? Here it is. He's still been sleeping out in the forest. He's kind of kept his distance from y'all since the ceremony resurrecting. Since the ceremony resurrecting Musashi. Yeah, so Cthulhu's a little flustered by his dream and by waking up with the strange blood, and maybe he doesn't get it hidden as well as he wanted. And yeah, both of you guys definitely get a sight of some blood on his his black and white paws. Or I don't know if there's any white on his paws, but yeah, blood on his claws. Cake.
This is the morning time over here.
Yeah, this is early morning. This is roughly 6 a.m. that Hemlock has woken y'all up and gotten y'all down here.
Gotcha. Hemlock did. Okay.
Yeah, Hemlock.
Cthulhu, are you injured?
My head hurts. I had a rough dream last night. Does anyone know how I woke up in the horse stalls?
Horse stalls. I didn't see you last night, but I'm concerned about the. I'm looking past him at the sheriff and kind of motioning towards his hands.
And when he does that, Cthulhu gives him one of those little thanks nods, and just puts his hands in his cloak.
So yeah, as y'all gather here up near Sheriff Hemlock, he tells you, he says, "Ben, I hate to interrupt you this early in the morning, but unfortunately there has been a murder here in town.
I'm
first off,
Side-eyeing Cthulhu right now.
First off, let me thank you again for all that you've already done for this town. It's fortunate that you've proven yourself so capable, because we've a problem that I think you can help with.
Then
It's a
Cthulhu
problem.
interrupts the sheriff and it's like, coffee? Coffee, anybody? And then goes to and just goes in, goes and talks to her for a little bit. In that, he's like, oh, let me get some coffee. And he's like, oh, let me help you. But he's not very helpful and just follows her to where she's going to go get coffee and washes his hands.
Okay, yeah. You
Sheriff,
just
by
kind
all
of
means.
shadow her.
What can we do for the town?
To put it simply, there is a murderer in our midst. One whom I fear has just begun their work. I'm sure you've doubtlessly heard of the late unpleasantness, how this town was nearly torn apart as the fear of the chopper's slayings went unanswered.
I've read quite a bit about it.
Yes, well, I'm afraid it might be something similar brewing now. Last night, a murderer struck at the sawmill. There were 2 victims, and they're in pretty gruesome shape. The bodies were discovered by one of the mill workers, a man named Ebor Thorne. I believe you're familiar with him. By the time my men arrived on the scene, there was already, a small crowd of gawkers sprung up to see what all the commotion was. I've got my men stationed there now, keeping the mill locked down. But the thing that bothers me isn't the fact that we have 2 dead bodies inside. It's actually the second set of murders we've had this week. I'm sure you remember, us trying to keep you from the commotion down by the docks earlier this week.
Yes.
We found 3 men brutally slain down there, and one of their compatriots gone half mad and injured. He's been shipped off to the nearby sanatorium, but this brings the death toll to 5 in barely as many days.
And who were the victims?
The victims before, they were just some ruffians, some no good thieves. This time it was a little closer to home. The 2 that we lost last night were Benny Harker and Katrine Bender.
No.
Yeah, Cordova leans over on the table.
So
Like, oh my God.
when he says that, Cthulhu's walking up with the coffee and like drops it. And then walks back just goes to get some more coffee.
I'm
Benny
sorry
Harker and
to have to come to you this. Benny Harker and Katrine Bender.
Benny Harker was the
not
one that
Shayless.
was in the lumber yard when we had to like.
Oh,
He's Shayla's fiance, Benny Harker.
No, he's Katrine's fiance.
Katrine's fiance.
Shayless was the one that tried to sleep with Cthulhu.
Yeah, right. And Benny Harker was the guy that we had to convince that was kind of dumb.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't
little
get what
dumb.
you're saying. Can you say it more clearly? Stupid guy. All right, and who was the other victim? You said?
The other victim, Benny Harker and Katrine Bender. Ben Bender's oldest daughter, Benny's fiance.
And they were the ones who were engaged. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Vin is not going to be. It's going to be a rough day for him.
Well,
has he been notified?
Fortunately, it already. Yes, and he did not react pleasantly. He lashed out. He attacked my men. I'm certain that he is innocent, but for the time being, he is being held in the garrison, just as a safety precaution to protect him from himself, as well as everybody in town from his wrath.
I mean, he's certainly innocent. He was very protective of his daughters.
Yes. The first 3 men, They were found. Wait, I already did that part. Sorry. Yeah. I'm
Down on
reading
the
from the
docks.
book now. I don't
Yeah,
have my
got the
shit.
docs.
Yeah. All right. He says there's something more. You see, my men are green, so they can't know too much about this. They don't know how to keep them, you know, they don't know how to keep things to themselves. I'm afraid if the town finds out that we'll have a much bigger problem on our hands. And you see, it's in y'all's best interest to keep this quiet, because I'm afraid that this particular murder may be familiar with one of you. And he reaches into his back pocket and produces a piece of paper, a blood-stained, folded piece of paper that just has one word written on the back side of it: Cthulhu. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And this is what it says. You look at it. We have spoken of this before, my master, and now it begins. Join the pack, and it will end your lordship.
And his name is written on the back of this?
Yes, Cthulhu's name is written on the back of it.
Well, he's
Look,
calling you out, so we're all looking at you.
You've done a lot for this town, and I have to give you the benefit of a doubt. I'm sure that this is just someone trying to point the finger in your direction unjustly. But it is in your benefit to find me evidence to support that theory.
Okay,
Surely.
is towards the note and says, "May I?" And I want to roll a perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, while he's
Absolutely.
examining the note, I'm over here like, surely he's being framed for something here. Like, I'm trying to protect the tool at the moment from the sheriff.
I'm sorry, what was your 19? All right, what are you looking for on the note?
Hold on. Do I have scent?
I
I don't know what cat people have.
have no idea.
It's a pick because you can only. I think you can only pick one of the things. So it's like you can have cat claws, scent, or night vision. And I don't know what I picked.
You have cat claws.
I've also seen you use night vision, so now I'm kind of confused.
Exactly. Well, I have low light vision.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. But yeah, we'll you don't pick up anything unusual from it except for that it, like, even without scent, you can it does have a bit of a weird smell to it. Like
Like if it's one of the victims' blood, or someone fought off the aggressor. See,
Can
maybe
I-
if it's their blood.
Can I
And
roll a heal
also-
check to tell how old the blood is?
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, I had no idea. I think this is ketchup.
It's ketchup.
And then also to where it was, like who had it in their possession. Like, was it just in the CD?
It was pinned to the clothing of Bani Haka with a scrap of wood. Yes.
Gentlemen, may I be the one to speak and say, doesn't it sound like someone is trying to coerce our dear friend here into doing something by murdering people around him?
I don't know. I can't make sense of what it says. It says we've spoken of this before, my master, and then it says to join the pack. Why would someone referred to as my master not already be part of the pack? The pack seems to be capitalized, but then again, all the letters of the word pack are capitalized, so what is the pack?
Yeah, it's not the
I'll
only
just kind of
thing with
look
weird
very.
capital letters.
No, it's not.
I'll just have Musashi very bluntly staring at Cthulhu like, you seem to know more.
Imagine Cthulhu is sitting there with his jaw.
Can I do a little bit of an intimidation on that one?
I would love you to try to intimidate.
Sure. Absolutely. Natural.
What?
Well, not
the
natural
heck?
20.
20,
It's a
but
natural
that was
15.
a natural 15. Okay. I think that's a.
Oh!
Man, they're just staring
I-
each other down over here.
It's
Yeah.
like the cartoon where like the lightning bolts go between their eyes.
Basically, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Fantastic.
Surely,
Um,
surely, we can't assume Cthulhu is guilty of anything here.
No, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm saying he may know something more behind why this was pinned to it.
That's,
I'm gonna ask,
that's a 30
Master.
diplomacy to calm you both down.
I'm gonna ask
One.
Sheriff
Damn.
about the manner in which they were killed. Like, either swords? Is this like blunt objects? Were there slashes?
this is where the investigation falls to you.
You said there was a man who was in the
I've-
sanitarium?
Yes.
Why was he
a
put in a
man by the name
sanitarium
of,
instead of being...
Grace Sevilla.
I'm sorry, what?
A man named Grace Sevilla.
Graced Sevilla. Why would he be placed in a sanitarium instead of in a regular jail cell?
Because he needed care. Yeah. This man has lost his mind. He's ill in some kind of way. And the operator of the sanatorium offered to take care of him rather than us have to send him out to Magnamar. Maybe this way we can get to the bottom of it, here in town.
Well, he's certainly someone we'd have to question for this investigation. And you said the sanitarium's here in town.
Yeah, well, a few miles south of town, barely a few hours ride, but yes, it is part of the Sandpoint region. Say what?
What's Katrina's sister's name?
Shayless.
Okay,
She's
I'm gonna ask Sheriff
the buxom one.
how. I'm gonna just be caring and say how is Shayless, and is she being guarded at this moment? We don't know if they're targeting the vendors.
No, we do have 2 guards posted at the vendor's shop. Shayless and her mother are there. I don't know if they're running the shop or if they're just upstairs in their home, but that's where those 2 are. They are being guarded. And of course, Vin is, locked behind a safe, secure cell door.
I don't know anything about what the pack is.
Okay, so
Like, from my reading at the House of Bluestones and stuff, or maybe Cthulhu, if this is some kind of a criminal enterprise, he would be aware of what the pack is.
can I do
I
another
do
perception?
not believe that y'all would have that information.
Fair. Okay,
You
so we need to
you
know who
can
the master
do
is, what
perception on
begins,
anything you
and what
want.
the pack is.
Right. What'd you say, Jeremy?
I said you said you wanted to roll perception on something.
Yeah. Well, you
Is that what you
said we wouldn't be privy to knowing what the pack is, or like the group as a whole, or I don't know.
I could do knowledge local, but if it's a secretive cult, we wouldn't know what it is.
I mean, y'all can roll as much as you want, and y'all would not be able to discern what they mean by the pack. The pack could mean anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't explain. You said it contributed to me the way in which they were murdered, but you didn't go into any type of detail.
No, I said that like the. Oh no, that's where the investigation falls on y'all. Like y'all need to go investigate how they were murdered. Like
Okay.
Sheriff Hemlock, knows a murder happened. Like, he needs y'all to go and gather clues and figure out, what seems to have happened there.
Oh, I'm gonna ask them where the bodies are now. Are they in some type of morgue and gentle repose so we can continue this investigation?
We left the crime scene as it was. This seems to have been fairly recent. We will have clerics come take away the bodies after you do your investigation.
So the bodies from the dock, where are they at?
Still there.
Bodies from the dock. Yes, they in the crypt. They I believe they may have been put into a beggar's grave by now, but
Okay. Then we need to go to the lumberyard. And we
The
need to check out what's
lumberyard.
going on there, right?
Yup.
Is it lumberyard? Am I saying that wrong?
The Sandpoint lumber mill.
Mill. That's right. I stopped taking notes a long time ago, so I'm just kind of winging it.
Yeah, I know.
The lumber mill. Yes. So we're gonna go to the lumber mill, and on the way, since the sheriff is no longer with us, I'm kind of with Cthulhu. Like, where were you last night?
And then Cthulhu's gonna say the last thing I remember is drinking heavily at the celebration. And I remember a conversation with both Katrina and her husband, or her fiance, and out of the corner of my eye, seeing Shayla's kiss someone. After that, it kind of all went black.
We were privy to a bit of excitement in the tavern.
Right. The magnificent serenades that we were having, and I had no evil intent that night, and believe me or not, I am no murderer of the innocent.
I would presume you to be
y'all,
innocent until proven guilty myself. And I want to detect magic on that scrap of paper, just kind of low-key.
Detect magic on the scrap of paper?
Yeah.
You detect no magic.
No magic. Okay. I didn't think I would.
Mm-mm. All right. Okay. Yeah. And here we go. All right. So y'all get up to the lumber mill. Yeah. Yeah. There seems to be a small crowd gathered, down near the docks, and a couple of guards at the door.
Is the screen
One
supposed
of
to be
them
black?
you. Oh, no.
Okay, good.
We're in the imagination copter.
Well,
Oh, beautiful. Let's go
A
over
nice piece of
yeah,
grass.
one of the guards you recognize as Billy the guard, who was guarding the tunnels.
there. Oh, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy.
Oh, hey guys! Oh man, it's so cool to see you here. You guys here to see the murder?
Have you seen the murder?
I might have peeked inside just a little bit just to see what was going on. All
what
these
did you
people
see?
around here,
What is?
oh, there's a lot of blood.
But
People
Oh
are
no.
starting to get close as they hear him talking. Yeah, like there's a whole lot of blood down there. Like there's, it seems as if as if someone dumped a whole lot of meat on the floor.
whole lot of what?
So
A lot of
A
meat.
whole lot of meat.
I'm gonna close to Billy and say, what's your theory on what happened here?
Oh, I don't know about that.
The screaming
I'm not
crowd.
smart enough to have theories, sir.
That's fair. Do you mind if me and my compatriots here go inside?
Absolutely, you guys go on ahead. Look, there's an office right inside the door, and to the left, where I think Banny kept some real good liquor, and there's still some food on the table just inside.
Thank you, Billy. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and be like, "You're doing a great job."
As we all walk by, I think we all should just pat him on the shoulder.
I'll do that too. I'll pat him and be like, okay.
Great work.
Yeah, he's real
I'll
happy, like sticks his
I'll-
chest out. Yeah.
When my character does it through, I'll be kind of really awkward about it because I'm not used to praising people. Like clap.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do.
All right,
Too
yeah.
big.
So y'all
Okay.
go in and you see like right here there's still the table set with just like a little bit of loose meat, some sandwich bread, and seems like maybe someone was having a snack before they left this room. To your left is the doorway that Billy said was Banny's office, and to your right is another doorway where you smell some kind of sickening, sweet, irony smell of blood.
I'm gonna check in Bandy's office. Musashi?
I
I'm
guess.
nodding towards the other door.
Yeah, I'll take the other one.
All right. You check Banny's office. Let me get a perception check from you guys.
Boy, she is not happy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
All right, you said perception.
That'd be a 17.
Perception.
Sir.
17 for me.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, 14. I get a 14.
14. All right. Musashi manages to notice that one of the sides of Banny's desk that looks like it's solid wood seems like it might have a little bit of a seam in there where you can you can fit a tool. Might looks like it might be a little hidden place.
Oh wait, that was in my room or his room?
That's up. I think we're all in the
Y'all
same
are
room.
all in the same room. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, Cordova, you got
Yes.
anything that could open this up?
I'm gonna jam the cold iron dagger in there and see if I can pop it open.
I was gonna say Cthulhu could probably do it, but if you want to try and
I don't know.
man
I was
it
already
open
over there.
with yeah.
Cthulhu got a 10.
Roll an
He's like
attack.
obsessed with the food in the other room.
Roll an attack on the seam, I guess.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell happened?
Cold iron dagger. All right. Yeah. So you you stick it in there and you start wiggling at it and you feel a little bit of a give, but you feel like you might need a little more fine-tuned craftsmanship to get in, fine-tuned work to get in there.
Okay, then I'm gonna put the dagger away and bash it with my mace.
All right.
We're just gonna fuck this up.
Oh man, natural.
One on
One
your,
for damage.
on your damage.
So I hit even lighter with my mace. Nothing
Ding, ding,
happens.
ding, ding.
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
put my mace
So,
away and stand back.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Cordova, why don't we have the actual person that can pick logs take a look at it?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
And you can roll, or you can take a 20 on it, which I'm surprised that nobody thought. to do.
You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
take a 20. I'm gonna walk in the other room. I'm not waiting around
I'm
here.
gonna. I'd like to take 20 on this.
All right. Well, as you sit there and you start to struggle and well, not really struggle, but just take your time, and the lock pops open and the hidden drawer just slides right out with a leather-bound notebook sitting in the bottom of it, and a purse full of coins.
Ooh, what do we
Which
got
one do you
here?
grab?
Okay, so. Okay, guys, I just found this notebook.
Well, hand it over. We know you can't read.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna just slide the coins to the side and open up the notebook.
All right, yeah.
Actually, I should
Um,
probably give it to Corda if there's any magic on this, and I just
Yeah.
throw it over my shoulder and just count it.
Detect magic.
just start
on the
counting
notebook?
money. All right, yeah. You detect no magic, and if you open it up, you start to read it, and it takes you just a few minutes, but you notice that this is a ledger. It's a full accounting of everything that's gone through the sawmill, except for you notice that out in one column, every seventh or eighth row is written, with a little asterisk off to the side. And if you count, the last 2 weeks of little asterisks come up to about 347 gold, which is the exact amount that is in the purse. Yeah.
Is there any other information by this asterisk?
No. It's, that's...
Any phony names or anything that are like, I see Wiener?
Oh, well, no, I mean, like, you do see, like, the, there's the company name, the name of who they're filling an order for, but there seems to be no correlation between, what company is ordering lumber and, which ones have the asterisk. It seems to be a little spread out. It's almost as if, somebody purposefully made it to where no company, has an asterisk beside their name twice.
Seems like money laundering to me.
Money laundering or...
Yeah.
Or the mob.
Extortion.
Yeah, actually,
a trip to the...
speaking up for the mob, Ben, give me a knowledge local, and I'm going to be right back in 1 second.
What's it called? The Fat Man something?
The what now?
The bar, the Husky Man's drink, Fat Man's something.
I don't remember.
Terrible.
Yeah,
it's where the mobsters were.
Roll it again, baby. He won't notice. Just look at the bottom one.
We're technically in the forest, and that's my favorite terrain.
Yeah, a 12 is actually good enough, because this is somewhat common knowledge, especially if you've been, working, hanging out around the Fat Man's feed bag. This sawmill is owned by the Scarnetti family. And the Scarnetti family has a bit of a reputation for being rough. They bullied other sawmills and other competitors out of business, and they're a very take no shit kind of family.
And Benny Harker was working for these people.
Benny Harker was working for him, and as far as y'all have deduced right now, Benny Harker was stealing from him.
So, I'll look over.
Yeah, that's your.
Say that, and tell them that I might want to pay a visit to the feedback.
Perhaps we still have bodies to examine. I'm curious though, the Scarnetti family. Do they have any symbolism tied to their family that I might have seen? Any family crest or anything to that nature?
I'm sure they do, but nothing that I can.
Okay, and it's not important if you can't.
Nothing that's been presented to me. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to sort out the pack thing. I feel like we'll run across some kind of a wolf in the way.
Yeah, that from your studies about the the Scarnetti family, and actually let me go to the correct page for this 385. Where is it? One of the elder Scarnettis actually launched an attack against Sandpoint early in their in their township. Where is he? Devrin. Okay, yeah. Sandpoint Mercantile League. Unfortunately, Almond Scarnetti, had an issue with the Sandpoint Mercantile League back in their founding, roughly 80 years ago, and he rounded up a group of his brothers and cousins, and the Scarnettis mounted a murderous raid on the camp that became Sandpoint, intent on killing everybody and leaving evidence behind to blame local goblins for the deed. Yet the Scarnettis, too drunk and overconfident, managed to only kill 5 Baricians before they were themselves forced to flee, leaving behind 3 of their own. And that's kind of a those people ended up still becoming accepted as founders of the town, like, through
Mhm.
their drama and soap opera bullshit. But yeah, that's the oldest information you know of the Scarnetti family in Sandpoint.
So Scarnetti family seems to have always been doing something wrong in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
So this
So
office
yeah,
isn't
over.
like disheveled or anything, is it?
No, the office doesn't appear to have been rummaged through, except for you guys doing the rummaging.
Okay.
Hang on to those
Yeah.
coins. I believe that's evidence.
Right.
And the
Right,
ledger.
yes.
Don't forget
The ledger, of course.
Yeah.
It's a bit of
We'll,
luck.
We'll drop into Cthulhu's inventory over here and say we're putting that in the bag of holding.
There's as y'all start to make your way into this next room, y'all notice there's the lingering scent of decay, rot, throughout the building. You walk in and you see in front of you, laying in a heap, excuse me, in a heap on top of the log splitter, is the body of Katrine Bender, or what's left of it. Her body seemed, if you look up, actually go ahead and give me perception checks. I'm not just going to give that to you. Give me perception checks or investigation checks.
There's investigation checks?
I think I might be thinking of D&D.
What?
There you go.
Natural one.
I didn't
Musashi.
see
Yeah.
shit.
Musashi's shocked by what he's seeing.
All right.
Again.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Yeah,
He
I've
probably
seen
thought
worse.
about his own mortality.
Yeah. Yeah. Cordova, you
What?
notice that above her body is a like a broken banister, where she seems to have fallen through the banister. And Cthulhu, you see just about 10 feet away from her body um, over here, is a blood-covered axe.
I was gonna say, like, is it worth checking to see if she fell naturally? Because I'm pretty sure she was thrown at this point.
I mean, yeah, you can probably
Yeah.
safely deduce that she was thrown. Cthulhu, you went over there to check out that axe. I need you to give me a fortitude check, please.
Oh hell.
Are there any guards besides Billy here?
Yeah, there's one other guard. Y'all don't know him.
I feel like we need a witness so it doesn't look like we're tampering.
Yeah,
You said
sure.
will? A will check?
Fortitude, please.
Oh,
Yeah, you go over and you look at this axe, and it seems to be embedded,
Damn it.
blade first, into the ground, and you lean in and you touch the back of it, just to see how securely it's stuck in there, and you pull back, and there's like some kind of slimy green something on your hand, and you bring it up and you sniff, and you immediately retch. Like, you immediately have to turn and you throw up all over the floor behind you. And you are going to continue to do that for the next 5 minutes.
How does he have that much in his stomach?
It's all
the
alcohol.
milk
at this
and
point.
mice.
Yeah. Does anybody have knowledge religion?
Ugh.
Of course I do. Okay. I'm gonna run over. Cthulhu, are you all right?
Yeah. I'm
With a natural fucking one.
Oh, that is.
Oh hell! Well,
awesome.
wait. I have knowledge of the ages. I can re-roll any
you
knowledge check. Yes, I do.
All right, hold on. We had this conversation. You've only got 3 of these things.
I also
Which ones have you got?
The knowledge of the ages isn't a.
Yes, that's a thing. Yeah.
Hold on, because knowledge
I'm
of the
gonna look it up
ages
now.
is different.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
You're messing with me. Stop it. I've been drinking. It's not funny.
Ha. Oh.
Mastery. I'm gonna go with time mastery.
I can't even find time.
All right.
Way ahead of
Yeah, it is a revelation. Okay. You
Damn it.
have used so far in this game. You have used erase from time.
I know. I have
one
time flicker, erase
thing.
from time, and temporal celerity. Hold on 1 minute. Do something else for a second.
Excuse me.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. All right. While they're investigating that, Musashi, do you want to head upstairs?
Sure.
Jeremy,
Yes.
I took extra revelation as a feat twice.
Can you take the same feat twice?
Yes, you can take the same feat more than once.
So you're telling me you have 4 revelations?
I have 4 revelations, but I have no feats. My character has no feats. The feats he has are extra revelations. And improved initiative, which came from something else. So I have 3 feats total at my level, right? Because I had an extra feat for being a human, and then the 2 feats I get. And those feats are extra revelation twice and improved initiative, which puts me at 4 revelations.
All right.
If I'm wrong, I'll change it, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Yes.
And this is a character sheet from when I was. Hold on. I'm not sure when this character. I got it. Maybe go over and pull my folder out, and I'm looking through all this crap.
Meow. Nice, Zelda.
Okay, that was.
What did you say about my mother?
Oh crap! I'm messing everything up. Hold on.
Is your mother named Zelda?
I'd have to double check to make 100% sure that I've got the right page, but I'm almost certain that I do. I don't know. You make a call and I'll dig in it.
All right. Just roll your dice. Roll your dice.
Okay.
I'll head upstairs.
Yeah, it makes it really hard for me to like do things when you just get to roll the dice as many times as you want.
I don't want to roll the dice as many times as I want. I want to take advantage of the abilities that I put my points into. Doesn't matter. It's a natural one again. So there you go. Happy? Are you happy? Turn my light back on.
I am happy. I am happy with that. Thank you. Yeah.
I will figure out my stupid situation tomorrow when I have time to look at it.
Okay.
That couldn't have been any better. The game said, fuck you.
I have no idea why you're throwing up. You're just standing there like rubbing your back.
Thanks. It's okay. Really, I'm
okay. I'm alright.
Is there a bucket in the room I could put under his face?
No, but there's a lot of sawdust.
Okay, well, I'm gonna kick some of that over. Seeing that he touched the axe and started to like vomiting, I'm not gonna touch the axe, but I do want to do a detect magic on it.
Detect magic. Let's see.
Yeah, figure it out.
I know the axe is not magic, but I want to make sure that you don't have any magic anywhere else.
I was specifically looking at the axe. If I don't detect magic there, then
yeah, you don't detect magic. All right, so Musashi.
Yeah, I guess I'll
heads
creep upstairs. I think the stairs are over here.
Yes, they are. He heads upstairs. You might have to zoom out to be able to see the next part of the map.
Yeah.
And then zoom back in. All right.
There we go.
Roll a survival.
Oh, a survival.
this place is all fucking trapped or some shit.
19.
No, 19, even better. Yeah, so you get up there and you see, a human male body, shirtless, laying, splayed out, with all of its limbs, separated at the joints, and a large carving on its chest. If you look around the room, you can tell from all the sawdust and the broken banister that a big fight happened here. There was a bit of a struggle. And let's see. Yeah, you can tell there are 3 distinct sets of footprints. And one of them is not only barefoot, but you can tell, from your excellent survival check, that it bears the stench of rotten meat. And it seems to have the same stench as maybe the axe downstairs as you passed by it. Yeah. You get closer over to Banny Harker's body, and you see a or at least I would think it's familiar for you, rune carved into his chest. It is circular with 7-pointed star and little emblems carved all inside of it.
I'd like to think I'm coming upstairs right about this time here.
Oi, guys! If you come upstairs, be careful. There's stuff everywhere. It looks like a hell of a fight happened.
All right. I'm walking upstairs. I guess Cthulhu's
Kadova.
probably behind us.
I got something for you to check out.
I missed a part. Yeah, our body has been horribly desecrated. The poor man's body has been affixed to the wall by several hooks, usually used to hang machinery. The body is mutilated and separated at each of its joints. The face is carved away, and the lower jaw is missing entirely. His bare chest is defaced as well, bearing a strange rune in the shape of a 7-pointed star.
All right, now I'll scream as Cordorva's coming down. Hey, if you got a weak stomach, don't come up here.
I'm a scientist, sir.
Cthulhu stops at the bottom of the steps.
I was barking at the guy throwing up down there.
I think something else is making him throw up. Okay, the 7-pointed star.
Yes.
Which I'm wearing on the Sahedron rune on my chest right now.
Yeah, you might tuck that into your cloak.
Yeah, just gonna hide that under my cloak and. Okay, so remind me, what is it? I'm sure I'm not the only one who needs a reminder.
The Sahedron rune.
The 7-pointed star symbolizes.
The 7-pointed star, in the form that it is on his chest, with all the the little markings on the inside of it, symbolizes the Thessalonian schools of magic. Right. The 7 sins or whatever.
And the woman who revived Musashi told me to join her at the Church of the Seven, or the Temple of the Seven.
Yeah, the Temple of the Seven, or no, the Brotherhood of the Seven. They are, I believe, you probably would have, researched them during your, the time in between, and the best information you found on them is they are another mercantile group. They, they deal in merchants and trades and.
Right. So I wouldn't think that their brotherhood had anything to do with this particular emblem if there's additional runic symbols carved within the circle. Right.
You would not necessarily have any reason to connect the Brothers of the Seven and the Sahedron rune.
So I feel like this particular, not just the Sahedron rune, but the rune. Does my Sahedron rune entirely match the thing on this guy's chest?
Yes, the one that you're wearing. Yes. Yeah, it is the symbol of the Thessalonian empire.
So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. This is bigger than just this family, if this rune is involved. While it represents the 7 different schools of magic, as we said before, it wasn't initially an evil thing, but it was something that was perverted over the years into what you see here. So
anybody want to roll it? You'll check on the body?
Yes. See if I can get another fucking natural 1.
Ooh, 2. I ain't touching that damn thing.
Ooh.
17.
17 is good enough that you notice, along with the disjointed limbs and the carving on his chest, several other, additional wounds around his body. There seem to be, unlike the deeper slashes that were obviously caused by some sort of weapon, There are several shallower gashes, that are more bunched together that looks like they could have been claws on a 5-fingered human-sized hand. The rotten smell of meat is stronger near these wounds. Yeah.
Mm.
The tool's still downstairs, just like
Yeah. I'm not saying anything to Sashi about that.
Control's
say that last
downstairs,
bit?
probably picking blood out of his claws, like actively. What's going on upstairs?
Admiring all his handiwork down there.
Alright. Say that last bit. So, yeah, Control's probably, like I say, probably picking the, scratching the blood out of his claws. That
I
he's
wash my
down there
hands at
wiping,
the rusty
vomit from his mouth
dragon.
and everything.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So, yeah.
Part of me wants to make here so I can measure the claw marks, but at the same time, I don't know that that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell Musashi that I'm seeing this, because I don't know. I can't feel like I can't think that Cthulhu did this willingly if he did it at all.
Yeah.
So.
So what do y'all think happened here so far?
Oh, right now I think he was possessed or something.
You think he was possessed?
There was some sort of charm person potentially that made Cthulhu do this. I mean, whoever carved this symbol here has the 7 schools of magic in mind. Maybe they're crafty with magic. Why they killed these people, I don't know yet.
Okay.
Because it seems like the money in the books and the ledger, everything was going smoothly in that regard. We didn't see anything in there that would make you think that somebody got screwed over or extorted.
Yeah.
So why they attacked these people, that I don't know. And why they attacked people down at the docks, I wouldn't know either. That's where I'm at anyways.
Yeah. So,
and if you have a man who's in the sanitarium, maybe there is some sort of mind-altering magic at play here.
All right. So you the tracks that Musashi saw before, you notice that they lead, in from outside.
Okay, so we're gonna follow those tracks.
Might as well.
Musashi, lead the way. Cthulhu, come up here.
Okay.
If you're done with your...
Can we try and match his claws to the damage on the body to see if they even line up?
Well, see, that was the thing. I want to do that, but I don't want to do that in front of you.
Oh, okay.
After the little standoff at the bar back there. So I don't know the best way to.
When Cthulhu gets up there, do I need to roll a perception check?
Yeah, all I wanted was more answers out of Cthulhu.
Okay, so he's gonna walk up there, obviously see the body and stuff, and then, walking by, he wants to just open up his paw and just be like, "There's no effing way."
Hey, Zelda.
So you want to deduce for yourself if are those my calls? Yeah, roll perception.
Okay. I want to roll a perception on seeing you do that.
No.
That.
Fuck.
Rolling crap tonight.
Dude, I need to purge.
Dude, scroll up. The chat is full of fucking ones.
Yeah, it is. But I'd say even with a adjusted 9, you can discern like those. That seems a little wide for my hand. Like I don't know if I can. Like you try to stretch your fingers out, and you're like, I don't know if I can do that.
I'm gonna say that everyone. I don't know if everybody knows this, but Cthulhu is 25, and the Tabaxi, aka Catfolk, age like regular people or humans. Mm-hmm. So there are larger Tabaxi out there, aka Catfolk.
Mm-hmm. And that's all well and good. I'm looking at you. As you're doing, do I see you doing this? Are you behind me? Like, what's the status here?
I'm guessing since you guys called me up, so you'll probably see me walking behind you and maybe look back over your shoulder and just see that I'm like looking down at my hand and looking at the thing. Like
All
not
right.
stopping to see, but like slowly walking past the body and doing a little comparison.
See, that makes me feel less like you're guilty because I see you like, what the fuck?
Like observing your handiwork.
And even if your hand is too big, that doesn't begin to explain all of the blood.
True.
All right. So what are we doing now? Where are we at? Why did the map change?
You went outside
Oh, okay.
Following
Okay,
the
we
text,
followed
right?
out
I
onto
had-
this pier.
under this pier. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Where's You see this pier is where the timber is delivered. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody want to make a survival or perception check? It's very makeable, very easy.
I will.
25. There we go.
I don't need to then.
Perfect.
Look over here. What do I see?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you all notice.
We noticed nothing. It's gone quiet.
Notice.
We notice. Dun, dun, dun. Until next week.
This is where they collect the wood.
Yeah. Look, there's that log.
There's
You
a
ever
river.
notice that logs are like really big sticks?
Whoa, man. I make it like you blew my mind motion.
While Jeremy's not talking, Cthulhu's just gonna like knead his fingers against the wall.
Does some cat stuff.
You guys not hear me?
I
Oh,
hear
there you
now.
are.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
I don't know. I was standing here talking. I was like, why are you guys just talking over me?
Bruh, it wouldn't be Pathfinder
alright,
if you didn't disappear from the chat once or twice.
Right? But yeah, you notice that some
Oh, there he goes.
There it goes again.
Oh, we noticed that.
We noticed some.
She goes. He's probably cussing right now.
now.
I wish he would cut back in while he was in the middle of his swear fit.
Jesus.
Why'd you guys get up on the roof anyway? It's pretty cool.
Oh, I don't know.
The fat dwarf wanted to climb something. That wasn't your mom.
Oh,
Oh, he's got mama jokes.
Yeah, that's about the most I can do.
You can just reconnect. Is Jeremy gonna reconnect? He can reconnect. I'm the one with the record here.
Ouch.
There he goes. He's reconnecting. Are you guys still there? I feel like I'm alone.
No, I'm here.
I'm putting a GIF on the Discord of what Cthulhu's doing right now. Hopefully it works.
You rejoined, but we still can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
There.
Good. All right.
We noticed what? Some what?
All right. Shut up. Some barefoot human footprints. It looks like a man clambered up from under the mud, through the mud from under the pier, crossed over to the mill, and then scaled a wall to a window on the upper floor.
And you said bare footprints or bare
Bare.
man footprints?
A fucking bear man is here.
I
Yeah.
mean a
Barefoot.
barefoot man.
Barefoot
Bare-
man.
Okay.
Man with bare feet. Got it.
Yes.
And no, does this help anything? Okay, well that's weird. So he just like came up underneath the pier.
Hmm.
Okay, do the tracks
From
only
under
go
the
in?
pier.
They don't come back out?
They don't seem to come back out. No.
Okay. If we follow these
Not that you
tracks
can
back
tell.
inward, I'm assuming he had muddy feet. Can we see at what point that he like where he left from?
And were there tracks leading into the or like exiting the building when we first arrived?
He's gone silent again.
Oh, he's having a fit right now, I bet.
That's what happens when you play for more than an hour.
By the end of tonight, his computer will be in pieces.
It's a shame too. He got a new one, so like.
We got
I think it's
new
network
PC
connections.
Oh,
or
definitely.
new PC or new laptop.
He had a new laptop a while back.
Oh.
But I mean, even a laptop should handle Roll20 and a fucking microphone. It's got to be his internet, man.
It's my internet.
Yeah, see, there he is.
Hey,
Give it a second. I'm God damn it! Can it work? Can it switch over? I'm on my phone. I'm just trying to wait for it to switch over. Set. There we go.
there it is.
All right. So, yeah, my internet seems to just be fucking up. So we're gonna get through this, quick. All right. Yeah, you notice that
Stupid pictures
the
of Discord.
footprints. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You notice that the footprints seem to go in and out of the second floor window. They scuffle around and over towards the broken railing. You notice, like I said, probably you find some blood on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Black blood as you go and look. Do what?
Chicken fingers, but it's okay.
Hell yeah, chicken fingers. Okay, so we found some black blood. Is that what we said?
Yeah, that's not in the module. I just added that for more evidence as you go back in. But yeah, you do not seem to find any prints, leading away from the house though. You look out, you notice that this marsh, this part of the river, is only about 50 feet wide, maybe a little less. Yeah, this is information you have at the moment.
Well, I am at an absolute loss.
Okay, so I figured it out.
Do tell.
Obviously, it was Argus. He wild shaped into a bear and killed these people.
Shit. That's why he's not here. It explains everything.
And then I had jelly donuts and had a sugar coma and died.
Well, you guys brought me back to life. Did you bring back the damn dinosaur that went on a rampage?
That is even more likely.
All right, so we got
These are people's lives we're joking about. People have died here.
Okay.
All right. So here are your clues. Okay.
Okay.
Muddy footprints going into the house, or into the sawmill, up to the second floor, and obvious signs of a tussle. Yeah.
Okay.
Banny Harker lifted up, strong, big, heavy man, lifted up and hung onto hooks on the wall and dismembered with a rune carved into his chest. A stench throughout the whole house that gets stronger on the axe and the footprints. The stench made you throw up. Blood on the axe, of course. The black blood up in the roof of the house, or in the second floor of the house. Broken banisters just above Katrine Vinder's body. Yeah.
So they threw her off of the second floor.
Hey, gentlemen, with all this stuff going on and mud and everything, haven't you all noticed that all the murders have happened near water?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Well, we had the guys at the dock, and then them.
Yeah.
God damn Loch Ness Monster.
Okay. What's
I ain't giving
across
you
the way, Jeremy?
gold pieces.
Like what's across
the way is the marshlands.
The marshlands?
Yeah, and if you go further, far enough down through there are, that in that direction are farms and eventually Foxglove Manor. If you go, a day past there, that is to the south. That is, yeah.
Okay.
Immediately across the river is marshland, followed
How
by
far
farms.
is
and
it
Foxglove Manor.
from the docks that we're at now to like dryish walkable land? Like 100 feet, 50
Oh,
feet?
On
Is
which
this
side
like
of the
a
river?
swim
The side that
thing?
you're on?
If it's the
Yeah,
marshland,
from the
you're
side
not
that
gonna
we're
have
on
much
to like
dry land.
marshland. Is it like
Yeah, it's
Louisiana swamp? Is it like Everglades wetlands? Like
it'd be a light swim. Probably 10 to 20 feet deep in places. But yeah, it's only about 50 feet across. You could swim it easy.
okay,
Um,
this is a large
or
coast.
relatively easy as long as you can swim.
No armor. It looks like, I guess, that threw lady off a banister, strong enough to lift up a big man and put him on a hook, and intelligent enough to know about runes and plant a letter on said person without the letter getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'll look at Cthulhu and look him up and down, and look kind of back inside at the body on the wall and say, I don't even think Cthulhu could even pick this guy up.
Just call him out like that.
Yeah, I mean, blatantly, if he can't pick him up, then how the hell could he have even done half of this?
All right, intimidation check.
Against me?
Cthulhu is,
Yeah.
like,
I would say you're a bit more spry now that you're back from the dead.
All right, so I got to roll intimidation, or
Dang it! What is up with my obviously?
I would say you need to roll
boom.
I look like a kitten right now.
I'll just say I came back from hell and brought it back with me.
I was like, touche.
Or hell.
Your intimidation was so ineffective that you meant it as a compliment. You're like, yeah,
thank
you're looking great since you came back from the dead, and Musashi responds with "fuck you."
Came propelling back.
Hell spat me back out.
Oh God, what?
Okay, tell me again who this note was. Where this note was located. Who had it?
The note was pinned to Banny Harker's
To Benny Harker.
remains.
Right.
Okay.
Join the pack. And
So it's not funny, but it really feels like we're dealing with a swamp monster.
For the most part, we have.
I think we need to examine the cause of death of the other bodies that were found at the dock.
Yep. And
Go back.
is there anything that we can discern from that weird black blood that we've almost stepped in?
Is there? You said that wasn't in the book, so I didn't want to press it. But if there's something I could roll on,
No,
that,
you've already failed your checks.
Okay.
Okay. What
Sorry.
about someone else checking the axe? Because I feel like that's a
Someone else
big
checking
elephant
the
in the room that we are really.
Well, the problem with the axe is there's a stink on it that made you sick.
No, he said there's like a
Yeah,
green
it's,
ooze or something.
Yeah, it's a knowledge religion check. Anybody who can make a knowledge religion check can do it.
Yeah, I already failed
except for Cordova because he's already done it.
All right, I'll try
Can
it.
you do an whatever check?
He failed it twice in a row.
Cannot
twice,
do a
man.
knowledge check untrained.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't have at least 1 point in it or one rank in it, you can't do it.
Oh, okay. I
I'd
have
say a
0
bunch
ranks in
of
it.
like.
I have knowledge
Okay.
Okay,
logo.
yeah. So no. All right. So yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't help.
No.
Okay, so what about us taking it? Or
taking it to
telling
the
Father Xantus and telling one of the guards that we need these bodies picked up. We need the axe, and we need to get this mill back running because it is a necessity to the economy of Sandpoint.
All right. Yeah. So he's yes sir, and he immediately starts gathering up the evidence, like grabbing the axe handle with his bare hands.
Awesome.
And
That's
we
murdering
just
can
gonna
everything.
get
all
this
do
straight
that
down to
little
the-
Three Stooges thing where like our heads are like gradually higher behind each other and see if
A bunch of
So,
idiots.
he starts collecting evidence and hauling it away down to the garrison.
Wait, nothing happens to
yeah,
him when he touches the axe?
nothing happens. Oh well, that's a good point. I didn't even think
What a
about
will
that.
save.
We just want to make him throw up.
Fortitude save, I mean.
He's got to make a fort save. I'm gonna give him a +3. Why not? Oh no, yeah. He grabs it, and just he takes a sniff as he reaches down and begins to just retch all over it.
Destroying all the evidence.
Hey, we need that. We need that in town. Come on.
Retch into the pile that's already there, please.
It smells like cat throw up. Which is terrible, actually.
It's like it's halfway solid already. It's hard to do.
We want to get Father Xantus to take a look at that axe, then, is what we're saying.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then we need to go to wherever these bodies are and do that. And I'm assuming that's at the crypt, which would be near where Father Xanthus is.
True.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go find Father Xanthus and see if he can take us down to the crypt. And then wrap this up in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we can wrap it up here in just pretty much right now. But yeah, you get down there and have the bodies moved out to the the crypt area where they're going to be buried out in the boneyard later. I can't remember that guy's name. I think it's Naffer Vosk. I do remember he's played by John C. Reilly. So he's the grave digger, curry, bone guy, coroner. That's where it's important. Yeah, and Father Xantus is there. He helps you bring the bodies in and place gentle repose on them. But you can
Father.
ask him.
Actually, Cordova, you do it because I'm not.
Thank you, Father Xanthus. We'd like to see the bodies from the ones who were found down at the dock. Could you take us to them?
Yes. I think they may be. I think they may be buried in a vault out back. It's been a few days. There maybe some rot has set in.
Rot is fine. If we can see anything, that would help.
Yeah, he takes y'all out there. And the bodies are bloated and they're placed out on the slab so that they can dry and drain in this what's the mausoleum that they're in at the moment before they get thrown into the bone pile for thieves.
Any runes? Any
Specifically, I'd be specifically looking for claw marks. If I need a percept or heal for that.
Same.
Yeah, give me a heal check or perception, whichever one y'all want.
I'm gonna percept.
I'll percept. Why not?
Yes. 23.
Nice.
Musashi, where are you on this investigation, man?
Apparently not.
You're so obsessed with the idea that Cthulhu did this, you can't even roll high.
Yeah, definitely. At least, Cordova and Cthulhu, y'all notice there are definitely claw marks on these bodies. Musashi, you're pretty certain. He's like, yeah, they died of some kind of pox, right?
Were these bodies found at about that time when Cthulhu went down to the docks or near the docks and was listening to that conversation in the window?
No, that time? No, they were
Was Kermit
they
the Frog?
were a couple of days later than that. Like
Couple days later.
they were actually a week later than that. Because that happened the same day y'all resurrected Musashi, or the day after y'all resurrected Musashi, and this just happened a couple of days ago.
Okay. And we didn't see Cthulhu with bloody paws a couple days ago. Like, we'd have no reason to think they would be involved in this particular murder spree.
Right.
Okay, well then at this point, I'm going to reveal all that to Masashi and be like, I didn't want to tell you this earlier, but I saw claw marks on Benny Harker.
All right.
And based on what we're seeing here, these claw marks here, I know I don't know how to word this. I know it's suspect is that Cthulhu happens to also have claws that may or may not have had blood on them earlier. But based on this, I don't think this could have been him. Something's going on here. He was somewhere, but I don't think he was murdering anyone.
Well, here's my simple question for that. When these guys, pointing at the bloated bodies, died, where was Cthulhu? If he
Where
was
was
with you
he?
guys, then you're just showing that it's similar murders. It doesn't mean that he did any of them.
So, do we
Okay.
know a time frame in which these people died? So,
I'd
because
say today is Lamashtan the 31st. It's the day after the Witches Festival. It is Fire's Day, which is Friday. I would say that these murders happened on Moon Day, which would be Monday. So 5 days.
so the murders in the mill happened last night
On Thursday
Friday,
night.
on Thursday
Yeah,
night,
Thursday night.
and then these
Yeah.
happened 3 days prior on Monday.
Yeah.
Can we measure his claws against these bodies? That's what you did in the previous room. If you wanted to clear your name with Musashi, just showing that the claw didn't fit the wound would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I will do this, but I'm telling you that I have reservations. I don't think that, you shouldn't think that I did it in the first place, but I'll do it.
See, I don't. But Musashi assumes the worst.
No.
Nani.
What I assume is that something similar to Cthulhu had done it or not. So
Right. Yeah, we
if
don't
we already-
necessarily think Cthulhu had done it, but
Yeah.
to clear his name in our minds and to show that maybe he could have done it, but under an influence. Like, we don't know.
I'm trying to prove the point that if we're connecting all these to the same murder, we already know he shouldn't have been involved with the other ones because he wasn't there. So then he should be cleared of all of them already. But the question is, did another cat do it? Are we looking for a cat? Or are we looking for a person? Are we looking for a creature?
Is there anything on these bodies? What was found with them? Asking Father Xanthus. Any belongings that came in?
Yes. Well, yeah, not that we got. I believe the sheriff took a letter and some gold in their weapons.
A letter?
Yes.
Why wouldn't he tell us that when he was talking to us?
I imagine he wanted you to complete your investigation before he gave you more information leading to the first murders.
Do
He
an
wanted you to
investigation, but don't give us the
investigate this murder
information
first.
for it. Makes perfect sense. All right, let's go talk to Sheriff Hemlock.
Let's see.
Unless there's something else you guys want to do here with these bodies.
There's no runes.
Yeah, there are no runes on these bodies.
Do you recognize them, Cthulhu?
Do you want me to do a perception to see if maybe they are intertwined with the feed bag?
No, here I'll give a percentile because it's not something that
48.
Yeah, 48%. They actually, you've seen them around the feed bag. They may have done some business in the back, but you'd think they're fairly new or they were fairly new in town before they disappeared.
And this is 3 people.
2.
All with 2 people. Sorry, no, it's 3 because he said 5 people died.
Right? No, 5 people died.
Yeah,
thought
3.
you said
There's 3 people dead here.
3, oh, okay. What about the guy
3
in the
dead
sanitarium?
here,
He's
and
just
then
another
one
dude?
of their guys. He's the 4th member of their group.
I got you. Okay, 4 members. Got it. Okay. And there's nothing we can find on these bodies if we poke around a little bit? I'm assuming they're
Nope.
clean. Okay.
No, they picked them clean. Yeah. As you you make your way towards the garrison, having not talked to Father Xantus after all.
No, of course we talked to Father Xantus. Come on. We asked
We
him to go
need
check
to
out
know
the
about
axe.
the axe before we go to bed.
Okay. Yeah, he checks the axe, and he tells you, he's like, this stench, this is rot, and the black blood, the bile you told me about, these are things that can only come from the dead. This, yes. This is some kind of already decomposed flesh stuck to this axe.
Father Xantus, would a, let's say, revived corpse be able to carve runic symbols into a body?
I don't see why not. Yes.
Interesting.
Damn it.
So we have a necromancer.
So, yeah, you make your way to the garrison, and just as you're going inside and heading towards the back to talk to Sheriff Hemlock, you see a farmer, very angrily, like, gesticulating to another guard who's taking notes as quick as he can. I came out this morning and all my sheep, they've been slaughtered. They've been slaughtered, and someone just ate them up. Cut open the stomachs and just ate the haggis right out of them. And he's freaking out because he found his 5 sheep this morning all clawed open, and their stomachs and inside bits eaten.
Clawed open.
Yes.
Can we take a look at them?
All the
Cthulhu-
things, Cthulhu looks very not super worried, but it's like a bit more wide-eyed when he hears sheep, because it would be more likely that he went and slaughtered a bunch of sheep than went and murdered like 5 people.
Like, you reach up and like pluck a strand of white wool out from your teeth and just.
Okay, he said. Okay, so this guy said that they were clawed open and they ate out their stomachs or something. What'd you say?
Haggis.
Yeah.
Stomach.
Haggis.
Ate out his haggis.
Can I do a
Yeah.
perception check
Sheep
to
stomach.
did I ever notice Cthulhu eating stomachs of any other animals while we were eating?
I would say I've had haggis. Yeah, it's a normal.
Did he seem to enjoy
normal
it?
meal. I don't know. Cthulhu, do you enjoy your haggis? Do you enjoy your fried sheep stomach?
I would lean into him. How do you feel about
Yeah,
haggis?
I think that Cthulhu's diet is very primal, and you don't see him eating a lot of vegetables.
Okay. And we woke up this morning and we haven't seen you eat yet today.
For some reason,
Very full.
I'm not feeling it. But at the same time, I did throw up for a 5 minutes straight. So
Yes, he did throw up a shitload of food.
did you see Did you see any stomach in that?
We need to go back and investigate the stomach contents of Cthulhu. It's freaking hilarious.
All right. And yeah, I think unless y'all want me to go ahead and read the short letter, I think we can end it there tonight.
I do kind of want to hear the letter just so I can think about this. Because I'm
All
still
right,
over I'm
it's,
not over this note right here because it's weird. It's a weird note.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make sure I give it to you before. It says, Messieurs Mortwell, Hask, and Tabe, a deal has come about that I need capital for. It involves property and gold, and though I am not at liberty to tell you the exact details, it will make us all rich. Come to Bradley's barn on Cougar Creek tonight, and we will meet there to discuss our futures. Signed, Your Lordship.
These must be the 3 guys that were killed.
Yes.
The 4th being Bradley.
The fourth being the fourth being Graced Sevilla. Bradley's barn is the location. It's in town. I didn't write it.
Okay, that's fair. No, I mean, why was Grace at the barn at all, though, if this was meant for Mortwell, Hask, and Tabe?
I don't know. Maybe they needed muscle.
Interesting.
Maybe they were afraid to go alone.
No, so we need to talk to this person, whose name I already forgot, and find out if
Graced
Graced.
Sevilla.
Graced, yes.
Grayst Sevilla.
Okay. Graced. I'm writing this shit down. Right in the chat. Okay, so we should probably get a hold of Grace next time and find out exactly what he was doing there, if he can even recall. He's in a sanitarium. I can't get over this first note, man. It's really weird. And I don't know if maybe I'm not percepting what's weird about it, but it's strange to me. He says, we've spoken of this before, my master. And then he tells his master to join the pack. Why would he be telling his master, like, with a threat, like, and it will end? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. No idea.
Yes, you do. You know exactly. Either you know exactly
Seems like
why,
a
or you
confusing
literally
thing.
don't know.
No, I know, but no. I mean, I can't tell you.
Waiting for the dun dun dun.
All right, yeah, but yeah, we're at a good stopping point if you guys are ready. A little bit later than I intended on going tonight.
Yeah, no, it's
What
fine.
with
I'm
us
just,
having lost an hour.
that's fine. I'm just milling over this note right here, trying to figure out what the fuck.
I had a quick question for you, Jeremy.
Yeah, what's up?
You were saying that at my 4th level, I was still going to get an additional feat?
Let me see that.
Because when I
Let's
was looking
go.
at that, I thought it was saying it was level 6 that I thought I got a bonus feat.
Let's see, character advancement. Level 4. Okay, yeah, you're right. You do not get a feat at level 4.
Okay.
So
I was just making sure because I picked a feat I'd like for the next time I get one, but I guess I'm going to have to wait a while.
Yeah. You will get another one. At 5th level is when you get your next, random feat. So the next level.
Well, according to this, if I'm looking at the table for Samurai, at 5th level I get Banner. And then at 6th level it's bonus feed.
Let's see. I think you get that in addition to the regular character advancement stuff.
Oh, okay. So that's an addition
Yeah.
to regular. Oh, see, I don't have the regular character advancement sheet. Where's that at?
I'll give you that. See, because that's why you got a this time. You got a an ability score this time.
Okay. All right,
Based
then I
on
know
that.
exactly what feat I'm going to do next time.
Good.
Because I tried looking through it, but the list of feats is so fucking hard to follow because they're for every class everywhere, and it's like, oh god. But I think I found something that'll be handy for myself.
Okay. So this lordship guy needs capital for a deal. The deal involves property and gold. So what's the property it involves? Is it
Well, just
property
think.
in terms of like a location that he wants? Or is it property like a thing he can take? Because the lordship, right? Your lordship has pinned this note or had this creature pin this note to dude and didn't ransack his office to take anything.
Well,
Yeah.
But there was
didn't that
gold
guy-
in there.
Didn't that guy own a bunch of property and businesses because he was being
No.
self-made? No.
This guy just works there.
Oh.
He works for that family. So he rolled up in there, or had a creature roll up in there, murders this dude, pin a note to his chest that's a note that's meant for his master, coercing his master to join the pack. So, like, he met these dudes on the dock, but maybe he says he needs capital, right? So he met these dudes to get capital and then murdered them. At least that's what I'm seeing. If he murdered them, like, and with the claw marks, we can assume he did. So he met these dudes to get capital, murdered them, presumably took their stuff, to deal with this deal that involves property and gold. And then he went over here, murdered Benny Harker, and stuck a note on the wall for his master to see. So the question is like, okay, so like he expected whoever this master was to find Benny Harker. Or to at least see the note. So who else would have seen Benny Harker in here with that note on his chest?
Who? So
the people who own the property.
One who got it?
The what?
The sheriff was the person that took the note off the body first, we're assuming?
We're assuming, right? Because they found him. But like this, if he was pinned up in here, who would have found them? That's a question. Because it would have had to be the people that owned this place, right? Like they would have come in and found these bodies and been like, what the fuck? Call the police.
Well, then that is the people from the Fat Man's Feedback because they own it.
Right, that family. I can't think of their name now.
Scarnetti.
Yeah, Scarnetti family.
The Scarnetti family. So this note was meant for the Scarnetti family, particularly one person in the Scarnetti family, because it's my master.
True.
So did this master abandon your lordship, and now he's trying to get him to join the pack to attain property? For some reason? I don't know,
Question
man.
mark, question mark, question mark?
We have more questions to ask. Well, we can end it here. I know I'm really into the mystery now.
Same. Good job, Jeremy.
Yay.
Sparked an interest.
I'm reading back through this because I want to make sure that I didn't leave out any clues. Because, like I said, I lost everything that I've written today, so I'm having to go back into the book.
Well, if you find anything, let us know. We got a week.
Got the messages.
All right, so it doesn't seem like I did miss anything.
Tell Hemlock to stop hiding shit from us when we're trying to investigate.
Yeah.
I imagine Cordova walked in and just walked towards him with his hand out, like with a look in his eye.
There's a note.
All right, man. I'm killing the recording. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, later.